8 powerful signs you're not just a boss, you're a transformational African leader. In many African economies, be it the bustling tech hubs of Nairobi and Lagos, the evolving financial centers in Johannesburg, or the agribusiness frontiers of Kigali, titles alone no longer define true leadership. As the continent's markets grow more complex and dynamic, effective leadership isn't just about being in charge. It's about inspiring, guiding, and nurturing teams to do their best work, even in the face of uncertainty. Position or hierarchy might give you the formal authority of a boss, but the real measure of leadership is how you engage, empower, and evolve with your team over time. If you find these insights valuable, please remember to like this video so we can continue bringing you more Africa-focused leadership development strategies. When I stepped into my first formal leadership role, I believed that my job title automatically made me a strong leader. I thought having manager on my business card would command respect from my team. But I quickly learned that trust, influence, and lasting impact don't come from titles. They come from daily actions, how you communicate, how you empower, how you show empathy, how you learn from mistakes, and how you take responsibility when things go wrong. In this article, we will explore 8 clear signs that distinguish a boss, someone who relies on authority, fear, or rigid control, from a true leader who earns respect through authenticity, empowerment, and vision. Along the way, we'll adapt these principles to the African context, sharing personal stories and relatable scenarios that demonstrate how you can apply these strategies in environments as diverse as fintech startups in Nigeria, regional manufacturing hubs in Kenya, or family-owned businesses in Ethiopia. Sign 1: You empower your team, not just delegate. Leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. Simon Sinek, a typical boss, gives orders and expects them to be followed. End of story. They hand out assignments, set deadlines, and wait for results. But true leaders do much more than delegate, they empower. They ensure their team members understand the bigger picture, encourage them to take initiative, and trust them to make decisions without hovering. A boss mindset might look like assigning tasks but retaining full control over key decisions. Expecting compliance without explaining why the work matters. Stepping in at the first sign of trouble and stifling creativity. A leader's mindset looks like encouraging team members to innovate and make decisions independently. Connecting everyday tasks to broader organizational goals, from improving access to financial services in Ghanaian rural markets to enhancing supply chain efficiency across West Africa. Offering guidance when needed, but allowing room for mistakes as part of the learning process. When I managed a solar energy startup in Uganda, I noticed a pattern: my team seemed hesitant to propose new ideas. They'd wait for orders and then quietly execute. To shift this, I began asking each team member, how can we improve customer satisfaction in off-grid communities? Instead of telling them what to do, I gave them autonomy to test their concepts. One junior engineer designed a low-cost financing plan for rural households. Her idea increased adoption rates by 20%. By empowering her to lead the initiative, I sparked innovation that went beyond task execution. Sign 2: You seek feedback, not just give it. To handle yourself, use your head; to handle others, use your heart. Eleanor Roosevelt. When you're a boss, feedback often goes one way. You critique performance, point out shortcomings, and direct improvements. But true leaders understand that feedback is a two-way street. They know their team has valuable insights and experiences that can make them better leaders. A boss mindset might look like rarely asking the team for their opinions on leadership style or strategy. Believing you have all the answers and treating feedback as a lecture rather than a conversation. A leader's mindset looks like regularly seeking input from the team: how can I support you better, or what's one thing I could improve? Creating a safe space for honest feedback without fear of reprisal. While overseeing a regional product rollout in West Africa, I initially gave plenty of instructions but never asked for input. One day, a quiet colleague approached me privately and said, if we could test this marketing message with local community leaders first, we might refine our approach. I realized I had never asked what they thought. I changed my approach and started weekly feedback huddles, where each team member could highlight what we should start, stop, or continue. Within a month, our marketing campaigns were more authentic, more culturally attuned, and more successful than ever. Sign 3: You lead by example, not by authority. The most powerful leadership tool you have is your own personal example. John Wooden. Titles don't earn loyalty, actions do. True leaders don't expect respect solely because they're called manager or director. They show consistency, integrity, and reliability. They arrive on time, uphold the same standards they demand from others, and handle pressure with grace. A boss mindset might look like expecting punctuality but regularly arriving late to meetings. Telling the team to work hard while not putting in the effort yourself. Enforcing policies that you personally don't follow. A leader's mindset looks like upholding the highest standards. If you expect thorough reporting, your own reports are meticulous. Modeling the behaviors you want to see, from honesty in negotiations to empathy during performance reviews. In a manufacturing firm I once worked with in Kenya, our weekly deadlines often slipped. I realized my team noticed that I would submit my own updates late. When I changed my approach and started publishing my own progress reports one day before the deadline, the team followed suit. Within weeks, timely submissions became the norm, and morale improved as everyone saw that I walked the talk. Sign 4: You focus on long-term development, not just immediate results. Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. Jack Welch. Bosses obsess over short-term metrics, sales this quarter, deadlines this week, tasks today. While short-term goals matter, true leaders balance immediate targets with nurturing the long-term growth and professional development of their teams. They recognize that investing in their people's future capabilities pays off in sustainable performance and innovation. A boss mindset might look like pushing relentlessly for immediate results without addressing burnout or skill gaps. Measuring success solely by quarterly numbers. Ignoring training, mentorship, or professional development opportunities. A leader's mindset looks like mentoring team members, enrolling them in professional courses, or connecting them with industry leaders for networking. Celebrating growth milestones, like when a team member in a fintech startup learns a new coding language or a sales associate masters a challenging client negotiation in a Pan-African deal. While leading a team in a Cameroonian agri-export company, I noticed my junior export coordinator struggled with complex shipping documentation. Instead of just pushing her for quicker results, I invested time in training sessions. 6 months later, not only had she mastered the paperwork, but she also improved our entire export process. Our error rates dropped, and we landed a new contract with a European retailer. Investing in her growth paid dividends for the whole team. Sign 5: You build trust, not fear. Leadership is about making others better as a result of your presence and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. Sheryl Sandberg. Fear can produce compliance, but it never inspires genuine commitment or creativity. Bosses may threaten or chastise to maintain order, but leaders understand the value of trust. In Africa's diverse business ecosystems, building trust can unify teams across cultures, languages, and time zones. A boss mindset might look like threatening consequences if deadlines aren't met. Dismissing ideas harshly, making team members fear speaking up. Creating a tense environment where mistakes are punished rather than examined. A leader's mindset looks like treating mistakes as learning opportunities, not failures. Encouraging open, honest dialogue about challenges. Celebrating candor and ensuring people feel safe voicing concerns, whether about a new marketing campaign in Tanzania or a supply chain delay in Zambia. At a logistics firm operating across East Africa, a junior planner made a costly routing error. As a boss, I might have publicly reprimanded him. Instead, as a leader, I reviewed the situation quietly, showed him where things went wrong, and discussed how to improve going forward. The result? He came to me a week later with a new route optimization strategy that saved 10% in transportation costs. By building trust instead of fear, I enabled him to take bold steps without worrying about reprisal. Sign 6. You inspire and motivate, not command and control. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. John Quincy Adams. Bosses command tasks, leaders inspire vision. Especially in Africa, where entrepreneurship and innovation are skyrocketing, leaders who help their teams see the larger purpose behind their work can drive remarkable results. Whether it's improving financial inclusion, advancing healthcare, or developing climate-smart agriculture, purpose fuels engagement. A boss mindset might look like focusing on the what without explaining the why. Treating employees as cogs in a machine rather than individuals who can think creatively. Ignoring the personal motivations of team members. A leader's mindset looks like connecting daily tasks to a greater mission. Our marketing campaign helps young entrepreneurs in South Africa access microcredit, changing their lives. Celebrating stories of customers served, communities empowered, or ecosystems preserved. Encouraging team members to share their personal goals, integrating these with the organization's vision. While working on a mobile payment solution in Nigeria, I realized the team felt disconnected from the end users. We held a brief storytelling session where each developer learned about a small business owner who struggled with cash transactions. Suddenly, everyone understood that their code was enabling safer, simpler financial transactions for families. Productivity soared, not because I commanded it, but because they felt inspired by the impact of their work. Thank you for watching and learning with us. If you found value in these insights, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more leadership tips, stories, and strategies tailored for African leaders and managers.